Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're using Docker and you are tired of running dozens of commands to monitor Docker containers, networks, logs, images, volumes, then you are going to love this tool. It is called LazyDocker. So LazyDocker is an amazing tool. Okay, it provides you a simple terminal UI for both Docker and Docker Compose. So this is the website or the Git repository for LazyDocker. So you can install this LazyDocker on any platform like Mac, Windows, or Linux. So requirements, it supports Docker with version greater than 1.13, greater than or equal to 1.13, and Docker Compose greater than equal to 1.23.2. Now this is the command, so you can use Homebrew to install it on Mac. On Windows, you can install it using Scoop and Chocolatey. Okay, and if you're on Linux, you can install using this curl command. Okay, and there is a script install update install.sh. This will actually install the LazyDocker on the Linux machine. So I have already installed LazyDocker on my machine. I install it using this command. Okay, so yeah. So let me start the LazyDocker. So this is the interface. Okay, so let me just run a simple container. So I will be running a Mongo container. Okay, so let me use this command. Tag I will be using test, and I can add the port as 2017:2017. Okay, sorry to remove this. Yeah. So now I have run this command to run a MongoDB. Okay, in a Docker container. So it is downloading or it is pulling the Mongo image, the latest Mongo image, and then it will run it. So it has run this image. Now let me go to my Lazy Docker tab. So if you see here, it is showing as a containers and it is running. My Mongo is being run. Okay. This is the image that we pulled. Okay. So this is the commands that were executed when the image was pulled. And the Docker container is logs for the running container. You can see here, this is the log. So you can see the log in this window. Then we have a tab for stats. Stats is going to see the CPU utilization of this running container, and the memory use. Plus, you can see other stats as well. The client stats, the CPU stats. Okay. So you can see all these details in this tab, in the stats tab. In the environment, you can check the different environment variable values here. So Mongo package, repo means the Mongo version that is being run. Home is the directory where the Mongo data is volume is getting mounted. Then we have config. Okay, so we can check all the configuration that is being used for running this container. And we also have a top command. Okay. Here we can see the volumes. So these are the volumes mounted by this container or volumes created by this container in the Docker volumes. And these are the networks. Okay. Now, if you want to see all the key bindings for LazyDocker, you can press on the question mark. So shift plus question mark key will give you the list of key bindings. So D is to remove the image. If I select it, it is going to remove the image. So I will not do that now, right now. Here, E is to hide and show the stop containers. P is to pause the customer. S to stop. R to restart. A to attach. M to view logs. Exec shell. It is uppercase E. C to run predefined custom commands. So you can have a custom commands configured in your LazyDocker that you can run it using C. You can also have a bulk command. You can run it using B. Okay. Now let me close this. Now I will show you how we can exec inside the running Docker container. So here I will select the container which I want to go inside. Then I will press on the uppercase E letter. That is Shift plus E. Now I am inside my Docker container. If I do Mongo, yeah. So if you see here, I am inside the Docker container now. You can do show collections here. So data places. Right now it doesn't have any uh, collections and all. Can also do so roles. Okay, so these are the roles. Okay. Now if I want to go back to my LazyDocker or exit from my container, I can just run exit and it will say press enter to return to LazyDocker. This prompt can be disabled in your config by setting this to true. So I'm just pressing enter. Now I'm here. Now if I want to stop this container, I will just press on the S key. Are you sure you want to stop this container? I will press the key enter or return. If you see here now, it is exited. Okay, so my container is now stopped. And if I want to restart my container, all I need to do is press the R button. Okay, so I restarted my container. Again, the container is started. Again, I can go inside my running container. Okay, I'll go back to my lazy container. Now again, I will stop it. Will stop. Now I want to remove this container from here. I will press on D. Now it says remove this running container with the container ID. Or it says you also want to, you can remove with the volume as well. So I selected remove with volume. So volumes are also removed. Okay. Now if I want to delete this Docker image, then I will just press on D and I can just, so these are the options: force delete or remove. Since there is no container running or exited container, I can just, or this image is not being used by any other process or container, I can just remove this. So now this is removed. Now I will just run a Docker compose. I will run some containers using Docker compose, and then we will see in this LazyDocker how it is shown. So let me go to a folder. So here I have a Docker compose file. Okay. So if you see here, this Docker compose file actually runs two containers. One is Postgres database and another one is Keycloak. So these two container it will run. So let me run Docker compose up. So I have executed the Docker compose up command. So what it is doing, it is pulling the image. First, it is pulling the Postgres image. Okay, and it is also pulling the Keycloak image. both the images are getting pulled. Once it is pulled, then it will start the uh, Docker container. So if you see here, we are able to see the Postgres here, and now the key clock container is also here. The size of the Postgres and key clock container we can see. Also the version of the image that is pulled we can see here. Now it has also started the containers. So if you see, this is the Postgres container, and this is a UI for uh, this key clock. So it is running on 8080. So let me show you if I run. Yeah, so it is running a key clock container at 8080 port, and it is running this. So these two containers are running. Okay, yeah, and this is the log for this key clock. We can check the stat here as well. The CPU usage, memory, and all. The environment variables, you can see the database password, key clock database password and username and host and port and all. Then we can see here, this is the database, PostgreSDB credentials, environment variables. We can see here configurations. We can check here. Top command we can check. Okay. So this is the logs. Now let me run the Mongo command again, or run the Mongo container as well. So let me run the Mongo, sorry, Docker run Mongo. So last time I deleted the containers, the Mongo running container and Mongo image also I deleted flow from my local machine. Now you can see it is pulling the Docker image again. Now if you see here, I have the Mongo as well here. And if you see, Mongo is also running inside it. So you can see this Mongo I am running as a standalone container using Docker run command. And these two I am running using Docker compose. So all these three we can see here. Again, if I want to stop it, so to stop Docker compose, I can just do. So I will stop these containers. So these two are stopped. Now I will stop the Mongo. Okay. So now suppose I want to delete this, delete with volumes and delete this with volume and again delete this with volume. Okay, so this is all about this tool. I think I find this tool very useful. And if you like this tool, do like and subscribe the video and channel so that I will, you don't miss any new video that I post. So thanks all and bye bye.